I want everybody from this moment on to recognize me as the scholar of boxing.
That's it, Tim. The rope when he got hit. That was a beautiful shot back and forward. That's the right. These guys are exposed to the right hook. Most people don't know shit about boxing at all. Did you get what you were looking for?
The great Bill Belichick studies the art of war and different aspects to help him out in his sports, and I think everybody should follow suit. And one of the great quotes that Bill Belichick said that I firmly and wholeheartedly believe in is that coaches don't win games, players do. Coaches lose games at the end of the day. And I thought, wow, that's so prolific and true, and you could apply it to fighting. Coaches don't win fights for fighters, but they do lose fights. And I'm going to give you some examples, quote, proven to be true. Check this out. This is the fight with Julio Cesar Chavez versus Meldrick Taylor. And Meldrick Taylor is winning the entire fight, right? And he goes to his corner, and his corner tells him that he's down on the fight and the fight's going to be determined in the last round, instead of just stay away from the fighter and try not to get knocked down or knocked out, and you'll win the fight easy. And what is the result of that? Check this out.
No, this is the last round. The whole fight is right now.
This round depends on you need it now. You need this round.
No, the fight is hanging on this round here, Mel.
This is okay, champ. This is the last and final round. You know what the man told you?
No, nobody called you.
You know what the man told you?
No, you want to be champ of the world?
Seconds out.
Lou Duva, and one of the greatest trainers of all time, just made a mistake. But let me take you to the knockout. Right here, they trade jabs right there. And Julio Cesar Chavez gets the best of it, and he lands the right hand. Now, Meldrick's out after that right hand, but he's just fighting off of pure heart and determination. But Chavez, being the pro he is, recognizes that he's hurt immediately. See him watching his face right there, trying to stall for time, just doing any little thing he can, any little mental aspect he can, and then he knows the right hand's coming because he was hurt by it, and he ducks down and he catches that punch on the back of the head. And then he lifts him up off the ground with the left hook. And Meldrick's so hurt. Look at him just stumble in there. Just stumbled in there, no defensive guard, no nothing. And Julio Cesar Chavez just changed the angle, catches him with a left uppercut, and then tries to land the right hook, but he misses. And notice something here. Meldrick Taylor's super duper hurt, but still has the wherewithal to dodge that left uppercut. That is the mark of a great champion. But then he tries to jab him, and Julio Cesar Chavez just comes over the top of his jab with a right hand, and the rest is history. He was already hurt to begin with, and that was just the icing on the cake. Now, here's something you might have not never noticed during the fight. When Meldrick Taylor goes down from the bad instructions that was given to him, the corner, if their day couldn't get any worse, given bad instructions that got him knocked down, jumps up on the ring apron, and Meldrick Taylor breaks his eye contact with the referee and focuses on his corner, gives his attention to his corner, and never gives it back to the referee. So the referee ends up stopping the fight because of that. Looks to them, and the referee thinks that he's out of it and ends up stopping the fight. So their instructions and their actions caused Meldrick Taylor to lose his fight, and he was never the same. He deserved this fight, but he never got it. History is what it is, and he was never the same after this. So coaches can lose fights for fighters, but they can't win it because they can't take none of the punches or throw any of the punches. Now, here's a prime example of a coach winning the fight for a fighter. Check this out.
Brown, I believe it was.
There's the right hand. There's a hook.
You don't know what it's like to be in the ring against someone so great as a Tommy Hearns. It wasn't until Muhammad Ali told me many years ago. He said, Ray, when I fought Joe Frazier, it was the closest thing to death. And I didn't quite understand that. I couldn't digest that. The fight with Tommy Hearns, it was the closest thing to death because you're exhausted. You can't keep your hands up. You know this guy, if you give him a chance, would knock your block off. It wasn't until my trainer, Angelo Dundee, said, Ray, I think 11th or 12th round, he said, you're blowing it, meaning I'm losing.
You're blowing it now, son. You're blowing it.
That little pep talk, that little sound bite made a huge difference in the outcome of that fight. Because I got off the stool the next round, and I hurt him, and I rocked him, and I took him out.
Leonard has to fight a desperate fight. Good right hand. Weave was hurt again. There was that right hand.
Oh, that nailed it.
He has nothing left. He's going to be knocked out. And Leonard wins it.
So coaches can't win the fights for you by taking any punches or delivering any punches, but they can lose it for you by not being a good corner man or a great corner man or lack thereof. They can lose it for you in that aspect. But anyway, if you're new to the show, hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. And if you are a returning subscriber, man, hit that like button. Help me out with the algorithm. Remember, that like button costs you nothing. But anyway, it's the Boxing Scholar, and I'm out.